Welcome to the IBM C&SI Netcall Impact presentation on the subject of Event Flagging, Avoiding Unwanted Event Reprocessing. Please take a moment to read this disclaimer. This presentation is intended to supplement this tech note on the subject of Avoiding Unwanted Event Reprocessing. Link in description. Preventing multiple recapture of events and avoiding unnecessary reprocessing is most commonly achieved by event flagging. My preferred and most basic approach is a three-level flag field impact flag. The value 0 indicating don't impact, and the value 1 indicating impact, and 2 indicating impacted. At its simplest level, the event reader filter could then be impact flag equals 1. I tend to create a new integer field in the alerts.status table of the object server called impact flag, although one can name it as desired. I then tend to use object server conversions to display a human readable interpretation of the value in the event list. The reason for using 0 to indicate that an event should not be processed by impact is that this is the default value for an object server integer field, and this then makes the decision to have impact process an event an active decision. The setting of the field value is then performed through the decision-making process of a probe rules file, or an object server automation trigger, or an object server tool, or an external update, or even another impact process. This means that only events that are suitable for processing by impact are placed in a state for impact to process them. At the end of processing, the impact policy marks the event as impacted by setting the impact flag value to 2. A more advanced version of this that I commonly use in my test scenarios is to have an interim step of impacting for the value 2, which moves impacted to value 3. This impacting value is set and returned in the first actions that the impact policy performs, so that any lag during processing the event through the policy does not lead to the event being recaptured by the event reader, following a deduplication or update in the object server before the original copy of the event has been processed. And again, at the end of the policy, the event is marked as impacted, which is 3 in this advanced model. The capability to expand beyond the 4 simple flag values gives one the ability to define which policy or series of policies act upon an event determined by the value of this field. One also then has the ability to use this field to mark off the completion of each of a series of policies. For example, the event reader filters could be something like this, and the start of policy A could read like this. I have encountered clients using a combination of fields to both indicate the suitability of an event for processing and its processing status, and determine which policies should work on the event, the policy path being a basic predetermined series of policies to process the event. The event reader filters could then be like this, and the header policies could then be like these, where the use of the activate action function launches each policy in the predetermined policy path in the desired order. These are only simple examples of what can be done, but this concept can be greatly expanded upon. This concept is now being offered as an inbuilt capability, as detailed in this document. The use of a field named impact flag comes from years of advice using this nomenclature, and is a more basic use whereby the values are more of a Boolean question. Seen by impact? Yes, no. And this is contrary to the approach where the default value, 0, indicates don't impact. But don't panic if you already use an impact flag field. One can apply this new capability with an alternate field name, and this is outlined in the section entitled Additional Customization Using a Field Other than Impact Flag, allowing you to still use impact flag for marking event processing, while also taking advantage of the inbuilt Seen by Impact process. This concludes the IBM C&SI Netcall Impact presentation on the subject of event flagging, avoiding unwanted event reprocessing. For further information, please visit this tech note. Link in description.